All right. Hello everyone. Hello, Victory. All right. My name is Van. Today I'm going to do the training for our team. It's 8:05 now, so get your team member on if they're not on. All right. So let me share my screen. All right. Can you see my screen? All right. Before we got into our training, I wanted to take a few moments here to introduce our new team member. If you are new and if you already joined our company and this is your first training and you have not had a chance to introduce yourself, we would love to hear from you. Do we have any new team member in the room that haven't had a chance to introduce yourself? Can you raise your hand and unmute yourself? So, all right. We have Edward and mute. Okay.
Good day, team. How's everyone doing? New
Good.
Edward Williams. Been in the business for a while. New to the team and happy to be here.
Can you share with us what your current profession, who introduced you to PFA, and why did you join?
Well, I was introduced by Mr. Henry Dixon. My previous career is financial planning for about 20 or so years. And for the last 6 years, I've been in blockchain and fintech technology. And I joined just because life insurance is a pillar of financial planning. It is a pillar of estate planning. If you have any concept of passing down an estate to your heirs, you definitely have to have life insurance. So it's something that I've done for many years, but wanted to come in and be a part of a forward-moving company and one with the top product in the industry right now. So very nice to meet everybody.
Yes,
Happy to
very
be
good.
here.
Thank you for sharing with us. Where are you located?
I'm actually in Georgia. I'm in LaGrange,
In
Georgia.
Okay. All
Right
right.
outside
That
of
is where
Atlanta.
our home office is in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Welcome. All right. We have anyone else? Anyone else want to introduce yourself? Anyone want to drop a name? Let me see in the chat. Okay. All right. Leo say Baya. 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 We have Baya in the room. Okay. All right. Anyone else? Going once, going twice? Okay. All right. Move on. Okay. So for those are the guests tonight, okay, if you invited by someone and you're here to learn more about what we have to offer, we want to learn about our company, learn about our product, and the opportunity that we have over here. I want to introduce you to the presenter tonight. His name is John Liu. He's a regional field director of our company. John's been with PFA since 2020. His background is an engineer for a U.S. Air Force for 14 years. And I know that he make good money, okay? He made good money. However, he was not satisfied with his life and he joined our company during COVID. And guess what? He decided to quit his figure income to go full time with us in 2022. And from there, he moved very fast. He's now making multiple six figure in our company and more than what he's making at his job before, right? So you wanted to definitely wanted to hear from him. He's also been a multiple award win a multiple trip with us since 2023, 2026. So if you are a new guest tonight, I want you to raise your hands. Okay, so you can be moved to a breakout room, and John will be the one that present to you the opportunity. Okay, do we have any new guests? Can you raise your hand if you are a new guest, if you are invited by someone to join us tonight? And if you are invited, make sure to check if your guest is on and make sure they are in the right room. Okay, Zoom user Yuying, okay. Yes, literally let us know if you have any guests because sometimes they don't know how to raise their hands. All right, so help them out. Make sure they're in the right room. Okay, can you move Ting An? Okay, and we have Yuying, the Zoom user is Yuying. Okay, I just want to give a few minutes so the guests will be in the right room and they won't miss the presentation. Phúc Lê is also a new guest. Min Pham is new. Good. We have a couple guests. That's good. Okay. Anyone else? All right, Bayat, you raise your hand. Okay. I believe you're a new team member, right? Can you unmute yourself and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone.
Hello.
My name is Moon Choir, and I am just recently joined under the Leo and New, and I am happy to joining this team. Thank you very much.
Okay, very good. What are you currently doing? And why did you join?
I'm currently doing a couple online business, and then on the side, and trying to start a new project and just in progress, and a lot of driving around to meet people. Yeah, quite busy around.
Okay, so you're already a business owner. That's good. All right, very good. All right, welcome to our team. Okay, thank you
All right,
for
thank you very
introducing
much.
yourself. Yes, welcome.
Thank
All
you.
right, okay. All right, let's we move on. All right, so now I wanted to remind everyone that we do have a trip every single year that the CEO very generous to take us on these very, very luxury trip. Okay, and this year is a little bit different. Okay, we only have until October 31st to run for our trip. Okay, so super trip, we need 200,000. Elite trip, we need 250,000. So if you are aiming for the trip, and with my experience in 8 years in with the company, okay, something that motivate me, okay, is this trip right here because if you work hard at your job right now, you know, at the end of the day, what do you have as a compensation? And I don't know about you, but I love to travel. Okay, and you travel with PFA is totally different experience. And if you wanted to find the motivation to work, you know, year in and year out, this is one of your motivation. I'm not saying, you know, you come here just to travel for a trip, but once you travel with PFA, you will not want to miss any trip. Okay, so we wanted to stay focused and get the goal done. So this is the one who ranking for victory on the trip scoreboard. Okay, you look at your number and on P-Track they update the FE Saturday for the trip. So you go on there and you make sure the numbers correctly, because they do sometime have error. Okay, so you want to make sure your numbers show correctly, and if there's anything, contact the PFA for them to correct your number. But this is very important for you to keep track of your numbers. All right. Here, okay, I wanted to, Aries, add this to the announcement today because we want you to see, okay, the trip, how it looks like, right? Because we've been talking about it, but if you knew, okay, you may not have a chance to see, you know, what PFA trip look like. So we add this recap. This is the trip that we just had in this year, okay, 2026 in May. And we have a 7 days on cruise to Europe. We traveled to 4 different countries, okay, for super and elite, and it's very, very, very nice. Okay, so let me play it on here. Okay, so.
Vin, it looks like the sound is not working.
Feel my heart, beat my skin, and I feel my heart beat. You make me feel. Lungs of the night. Tonight, have a to face and fade it night. Oh, it's time to get together. My heart, I never understand. Feelings have never child. If you surrender, turn into this cage.
All right, okay. That is the recap video for the trip that we just had in May this year. All right, so in February, we're going to Argentina and Antarctica. Okay, that is even a Antarctica, I believe, is a nice cruise that we're gonna have. It's very, very exciting, and the place that PFA trip and the way that they plan the trip is totally would totally blow your mind. All right, so let me get back here. All right, so I wanted to also remind everybody that we do also have, beside the English training that we have on Monday, every Monday night, we also have the Vietnamese training on Thursday. Every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, so if you have a team member who are Vietnamese, make sure you leverage these training because these leaders are very, very good at the Vietnamese and to help train your agents, especially those who are afraid to study to learn English. So we do have this. So do not forget, okay, to leverage. And all right, so victory training is every Monday. So the next Monday we will have the monthly call for victory. So make sure you get scheduled for that. And also for the annual Vegas convention. Okay, so we already have the date. It will be in June 27 to July 1st, 2027. With the tickets and the hotel booking will be open in April 2027. So this is the biggest convention that we have for our company, right? So if you knew and you never been to the convention, make sure you mark your calendar for this because this is something that you cannot afford to miss if you serious to build the business, right? And we have it every year, and it will always be at Wynn Las Vegas. All right. Okay. I believe that's all the announcement that we have. Let me share. Okay. All right, let's get into our training tonight. Okay, my topic tonight is we will dive into the annuity 101. This is just a training to give you the basic information about annuity, especially if you knew you never done annuity business before. This is good information for you to have. So this is not just about learning another financial product, but it's about how to become a better prepared to help the family that as our client, okay, to make thoughtful decision for their retirement planning. So a lot of time I see that many clients they spend decades, right, to save money, but yet they have no clear plan for protecting or turn it into the dependable income. So this is where our work come into place, right? So in the next about 30 minutes, okay, we will discuss and we will discuss about what is an annuity, who may be a good fit for an annuity, okay, how to uncover the retirement assets and how to connect those assets to a client goals. All right. So let's start with a simple definition. Okay, what is an annuity? An annuity is a contract with an insurance companies. So the client contributes money and the contract may provide a tax deferred growth, retirement income, or both for the client. So I would like to explain this process into three words, okay? Fund, grow, and use. So first, the client will fund the contract. The second, the money has the opportunity to grow according to the contract term. And third, okay, the client may use the accumulation value to withdraw or to have an income strategy. Okay, so who may be a good fit for an annuity? Okay, so we also want to also remember, okay, we always start with the client situation, not the product. Okay, so the annuity appointment may be appropriate for someone who is approaching their retirement, they're about to retire. They concerned about the market loss, and they wanted to have a lifetime income. Okay, and maybe they're also seeking for potentially grow the money tax defer. Okay, for long-term money, and keep in mind, okay, the client should generally have separate funds available for emergency or near-term expenses, and this is something that we need to have the conversation about to identify these funds, okay? Because you don't want to use an annuities for emergency because it's not made for it, okay? So now, who may be not a good fit for an annuity? Okay, annuity may not be a good fit when the money will be needed soon. Okay, or when the client wanted to take the full advantage of the full market participation, or when the client did not understand the surrender period, the fees, okay, or withdrawal rules. Okay, so you wanted to understand that annuity may not be a one size fits all, right? We have to understand the client need before we can help them navigate through the process, right? So the first skill is not just about, learn, okay, what product we have. The first skill is to learn how to see the client full financial picture. All right. So most appointments begin with one immediate need. Okay. But the client may have money spread, in different resources. So, there's the checking account, there's saving account, the employer plans, the IRAs, the brokerage account, there's CDs, annuity, pensions, right? There's real estate and even a business, right? So, one helpful question that I believe is good to ask is, okay, you ask with an open-ended question, okay? Beside life insurance, what other financial resources do you have? Okay, and you wanted to ask with, you want to ask naturally and with curiosity, okay? Not as, you try to interrogate, okay, what money you have and where is it? Okay, so we try to understand what the client has built over time, okay, how each dollar is currently being used, okay, and whether any important need has been overlooked. So always ask with a open-ended questions, okay? That's the key. You want it to ask with open-ended questions so the client will have a chance to answer you, right? Not just a yes or no, right? Okay. Okay. So to help the client determine their need and the appropriate product for them, okay, you wanted to uncovering their assets. And by doing that, you want to look at their life stage, okay? Because the client assets and priorities often change with each stage of life. So people who are young, okay, maybe their focus is on paying down the debt, establishing an emergency fund, okay, and begin to accumulate their retirement. So putting money in the employer sponsored retirement plan. People who are in early career or mid career, right? Their focus maybe, okay, they have a mortgage. They are growing their retirement account. They may be saving college fund for their kids, okay? And they may have additional saving along the way as they working, okay? Someone who are in their 50 to early 60, that is called a pre-retirement stage, right? So they might accumulate several accounts, okay? But maybe they still have had a clear plan about their retirement. And next is someone who already in the retirement. Okay, they wanted to focus on, okay, how to protect their retirement money, how to protect the dollar that they work very hard for, and how to make sure that they have enough income to retire, right? It's called about the longevity. They want to make sure that they don't outlive their income. And I also wanted to say, okay, how much money can I leave behind when I'm gone from the beneficiary? Okay, so you look at the size of the assets, it maybe grow over time, but our job is not to look at, okay, how much the money the client has in the account. Okay, our job is to simply, to give these assets a purpose. Okay, so you wanted to ask understand that the client age of life. It will help you ask a better questions, and it will also help you avoid presenting a solution before you understand the problem. Okay, and you look at this number right here. There's 47 plus trillions total U.S. household retirement assets. This is a lot of money that we can help the client with. Okay. And I know that, when you join the business, like just my experience when I first joined the business, we just think that, okay, we just licensed to sell life insurance. Okay. But a lot, and we often forget that our license can also help client with annuity as well. And actually that's a lot of money on the table that you're leaving, right? So you wanted to learn about this annuity that we can add value into the client. So this is a lot of money on the table that we leaving. Okay, so we wanted to make sure we have that conversation with the client. If you have a client who are got a lot from policy from you, you wanted to have a conversation that to help them uncover the assets. Okay. Now, once we identify the assets, okay, we move from asking, what do you have, to asking, what do you want to accomplish? Okay, so I feel these are the feel good question that you wanted to use to ask question. This is a question that says, what do you want this money to do for you? When will you need access to it? Okay, and what is the most important to you in retirement? And you wanted to ask and you wanted to listen to the answer. Okay, because different client, they have different needs. Okay, one client may want to focus on growing their money. The other client may have worry about outlive the income. Okay, another may wanted to preserve the money for family members. Right, so the same balance, account balance, may have a completely different purpose for different people. Okay, so this is where our work become personal. So we're not just moving the money simply for the sake of moving money, right? We wanted to help the client connect with what they have worked so hard all these years to accumulate to the life that they want to have with that money. Okay. So this slide is organized the retirement dollar into three different purpose. Okay, one is the protected growth. Okay, the other is protected income, and also the long-term idle assets. So these are the different category that help you navigate to different product you can recommend to your client. All right, so my training today, I wanted to focus on the fixed index annuities, okay, because this is the annuity that we often use the most. Okay, there's also flexible annuity that the client can put money in over time, not as a lump sum, but the fixed index annuity is the product designed for someone who have a lump sum money that they wanted to move, they wanted to roll over. All right, so these are the benefit of the fixed index annuities. It helps client protect their money from the market downside risk. So when the market is down, their money remain the same. They don't lose any penny. All right. they have a chance to participate in the upside potential of the market. Okay, so there's different index crediting strategy that you can recommend to the client. There's S&P 500, there's US Paysetter, there is Global Balance. Okay, they can continue to grow their money, is tax deferred. And one of the benefit that I believe is important to know that, you know, there's no other product out there that can offer this is the guaranteed lifetime income. Okay, it's guaranteed lifetime income. So the client will guarantee have the money to live until they die. Okay, so there is no other product on the market that can do that beside the annuities. Okay, and also the legacy that they can leave to the beneficiary after they're gone. Okay, so these are the benefits of the index annuity. So now this is the decision tree. I think it's very helpful because when you're new and you're looking at, you know, there's growth driver, there's a net growth, there's income driver, there's an income, and it can be very confusing. Okay, it was confused for me. Okay, I you know, look at this and I don't know what to recommend to clients. So this is a very good chart to know, okay, and to help your client navigate through the need. So the fixed index annuity can offer several features, okay, and what is the client looking for, okay? The client looking for accumulations, okay, or they look or they're looking for the income protection. If they're looking for accumulation, do they desire a bonus? Okay, and if the bonus is important, you also need to also explain to your client what are the trade-off come with that bonus. Okay, so if they don't care about the bonus, you want to recommend this in growth. Okay, if they want to have a bonus, or if you have a client that has been shopping around and, you know, they say, oh, you know, other agent give me 10% bonus, 15% bonus. Okay, and you said, yes, we can also do it here. Right, so you wanted to know and you know, it will help you save that deal, right? So if the client want a bonus, it's a growth driver. Now, for the income client, okay, the question is, would the client need to begin taking out the income? Okay, is it in less than 10 years or is it more than 10 years? So this will help you to identify what product is a good need, okay? So this is not a shortcut, you know, you still have to go through, you know, the discovery question to ask the client the right questions, but, you know, it will help you navigate through the product that may be a good fit for the client. You also wanted to, let's say, okay, if the client doesn't know, okay, if the bonus is good or not, you wanted to help them compare the benefits, the charge, the surrender schedule, right? And you know, to help them determine which one is a better fit for them. Okay. So now I have 3 case scenario that we wanted to walk through. Okay. Let me put this over here. Okay. So the 3 scenario with 3 different category that I just mentioned above. So the first case scenario is the protected growth scenario. So this client right here is 60 years old. He's married, okay, and he has a total assets of about 600,000. So he planned to retire in 5 years. He has passive cash flow, meaning that he make more money than what he's spending, okay? And his focus is he wants to grow a portion of his money without the market risk. All right, so that is the client objective. Now, okay, you see right here, okay, you also want to address the emergency and the home repair fund. These are already identified. It's about, you know, 30,000 need, okay? This is important because an annuity is intended for long-term money. It's not the client emergency fund. So you want to address that, okay? Now, okay, this case right here, the main purpose is to help the client isolate a portion of the assets to a long-term protected growth purpose. All right. So for that, okay, the product that we would recommend is the Zenith Growth. Okay, the Zenith Growth. So the Zenith Growth is the product that can maximize the growth potential for the client money. This product will help the client protect every dollar from the market risk. Okay, and I'll show you on the next slide of how the money is going to grow for the, for in 10 years. The client have a choice to pick their index crediting strategy. Okay, so we have the S&P 500, okay, which there's a cap. There's an option for no cap, which is global balance, US pay setter. Okay, and if the client wanted to have an option for even more growth and they're willing to take a little bit of risk, we have option for the rate booster. So some clients say, okay, I want to put money in S&P 500, but I don't like the cap of 9.5%. Okay, we have an option to add on that rate booster for a fee, which is about 1%. So the client have a chance to grow, more than just the 95%. Okay, there's an option for dollar cost averaging, and also the client have an option to withdraw the money from their contract beginning year 2. So there is a 10% free withdrawal. However, okay, this client is 60 years old, so the 10% free withdrawal applies to them. But for a client who are under 59 and a half, okay, there may be a penalty. Okay, so you also have to know that. So you explain to the client. So if they're already over 60 years old, it's no problem. If in the second year they need the money, they can do up to 10% withdrawal with no penalty. Okay. So this product is ideal for the individual who are focused on growing their retirement money as much as possible without the market risk. Okay, so this product is focused on growing the money. There's a barcode right here that you can scan. This will lead you to the brochure of National Life Group about the Negro. Okay, that you can order or go over or pass it to the client in the future. Okay. Okay. So this is a hypothetical illustration to show how the interest may be credited in the contract. Okay, so let's say if the client have 250,000 initial premium that dump into the index annuity. So over time, okay, the money will grow. You see the chart over here, right? And this basically show you how interest credit may be credited. And when the market is at negative, okay, the value remain 0. So this is protect the client money from the market loss, right? So when the market is down, okay, it's remain the same. Okay, you don't lose any penny. And this is what called the peace of mind, right? Because nobody can predict the market. Nobody know when the markets go down. Okay, you may be saving $1 million for your retirement, but what if a day that you ready to retire and the market drop? Okay, yes, the market will go back up. That is how the cycle works, right? But the question is, how long can you wait? Okay, and how long does it take for the market to recover? That's also another question. Okay, so when you see it over time, right, even with the cap, right, 9.5% cap for the S&P, okay, and over time, right, this is the most recent 10-year period, okay, from 250,000, it can grow to more than double of what the client had in the beginning. Okay, so the client don't have to wake up one day and look at, get anxiety or heart attack because the market is all red, right? You wanted to have a strategy that give you that peace of mind. So when no matter what happened, your money is still there. Okay, so that is a key. Okay, now move on to the second scenario that we have. So this client right here, she's 65 years old. She's a widow. She already retired. She is concerned. She has about 1.3 million in her total assets. And her most concern is she afraid that she's gonna outlive her money. She also needs about 2,500 monthly, okay, to cover for her essential expenses. Okay, so this is, you can see this is a income planning problem, okay, not a accumulation or growing problem. Okay, so for that, okay, we have what is called the income driver. Okay, income driver. So this is designed to give the client a predictable income, lifetime income, and I'll show you on the next slide on the illustration. So the client can still participate in the raise and cap. Okay, with the income product, one of the benefit that the annuity offer is offer the guaranteed lifetime income. Okay, for the client, and the word guarantee means that when the money is, when the accumulation value is coming to zero, okay, the client can continue to withdraw the money from their account. Okay, so this product is ideal for individuals who want to grow their retirement money without the market risk, okay, and who would like to have a predictable guaranteed lifetime income. So over here, I want to show you an example of the illustration of the income driver. So let's say we want to move just a portion of that money to this account. Okay, the client is now 62 years old, and she already retired, so she might have money from different resources. There's social security, there's pension, there's other money. Okay, but she wanted to have a guaranteed 2,500 a month to cover for her essential expense, and she never want that money to go out. Okay, that is her basic need. So when you put money in here for the income product, okay, you can start withdraw money right away. Okay, so she need about 2,500 a month, so that would be about 30,000 a year. So once you start withdrawing money, about 30,000 a year, continue every single year, she withdraw money, right? And you can see over here, this is the accumulation value. Okay, this is how it's predict the interest that credit to her account. This is accumulation value. So once she withdraw the money, okay, this will go down. And if something happened to her, okay, if something happened to her, the money will pay out to the beneficiary. But you look at in here, right? By the time the policy reached the 15 years, that is when she turned 76 years old. Okay, okay, she has some cash flow in here, but when the contract reached about year 20, when she's about 81 years old, you look at here, she has zero money in accumulation value. So if you put this money in a different type of account, okay, you have no more money to withdraw. Okay, not to mention there's a market downside risk. So this money maybe go out even faster when the market doesn't do well, right? So but when you put the money in here, okay, even though this reached zero, but you can see right here, right? The withdraw continue. So every single year, she can continue to withdraw this money, 30,000 every single year until she passes away. Okay, of course, when she passes away, there's nothing else to leave behind, right? But the point is, this will give the client a guarantee, a predictable income that, okay, I'm going to have a 30,000 for the rest of my life, every single year for the rest of my life, no matter what happened, right? And that is her goal. Okay, and that's when we don't move the 100% of her money in here. We move partial of her money so that can help her satisfy the 2,500 a month that she's looking for. All right. So this is what the income driver can do for your client. Okay. Now the third case scenario. Okay. The clients with the idle assets. What does it mean? Okay. So this client right here is about 62 years old. The couple has a positive cash flow, sufficient near-term liquidity. Okay, they have money in the CD, but however, they not happy with the CD newer rate, so they want to do something with that money, and their goal is to retire within 5 years. Okay, so the total asset that they have is about 1.3 million. Okay, so with that, okay, so with this type of clients right here, okay, the question is not can we beat the CD rate? Okay, it's not about the rate. Okay, the better questions that you wanted to ask the clients, okay, what is the purpose of this money over the next 5, 10, 15 years? Okay, the CD may be appropriate for a short-term need, okay, but however, for a long-term money, may also need to be evaluated for taxes. Okay, the taxes to be considered. There's inflation. There is reinvestment risk. Okay, and also the desired role for your money. So you wanted to ask the questions. Okay, now I wanted to show you. Okay, if the client continued to leave money in the CD, right? It may impact their growth for a long term. Okay, so when you look at that, okay, you want to look at what the inflation and also the taxes. So the CD might be a safe vehicle for you to put your money in, but over when you look at when this year right here, right, in the 2016 to 2022, okay, if you encounter the inflation and taxes, the client actually doesn't earn anything. Okay, and only this year that when the CD rate are higher, and that is when the return is positive. So you wanted to look beyond the rate. Okay, not about okay how much the CD give me. Okay, you wanted to look for the long term, and you have to factor in those tax and inflation in here. So we wanted to recommend the client to look at the growth driver. With the growth driver, okay, the chart that I show above, okay, it showed that the client can put in the money in the growth driver, and they can receive an immediate bonus. They also able to participate in a different index crediting strategy. There also a rate booster option available, okay, for someone who wanted to grow past the cap, right? But they're willing to pay for that 1% fee, okay? And same thing, there's a DCA option available, okay? And for client who over 60 years old, they also able to withdraw their money starting year 2, okay, with no fee, okay? So 10% free withdrawal. So this product right here, okay, it's ideal for individual who wanted to focus on getting a boost, okay, for the saving money, and they want to protect their money from the market risk, okay. One thing to keep in mind, okay, that the bonus might sound very attractive, and I know that a lot of a lot, but a few agents from our competitor, right? They use this to get the client. Oh, you move money over, we give you a 10%, 20% bonus. Okay, but the client have to understand that the bonus is not free money. Okay, so we need to explain to a client there is what is the trade-off for that. Okay, so they can decide what is the best for them. Normally, okay, normally with the product that come with a bonus, there's a lower cap. Okay, so this is an example for you to see. Okay, for the Grow Driver 10, okay, when you put in 100,000 in initial premium, you get the 10% bonus. That's 10,000, okay, immediately. Over time, your money will grow. They will participate in the market. Okay, if you pick the S&P 500, there'll be a cap of 6%. And however, okay, still, the benefit of this is to protect the money from the market downside risk, right? So this is, when the market is down, you don't have to worry about losing money. And over the years, right, from 110,000 in the course of 10 years, this money can grow to almost double, right? And you can see there's a cap at 6%. So there's a pros and cons to all the product. It just depends on, okay, what the clients need, what their goals. Okay, so you wanted to help them identify that. Okay, so those are the three scenarios for three different products that just help you understand a little bit of a different case scenario. Okay, so with the annuity business, okay, we wanted to, the most important thing is to help to know how to ask the right question. So we have the annuities fact finder here, and you can scan it to download, scan the barcode to download the fact finder. So you wanted to ask the questions. This is a good document to have. Okay, so you wanna to help you collect the information about the client financial resource, the income, the expense, the objective. Okay, what is their timeline when they need the money. Okay, and it's also something that you can use to start a conversation. Okay, it also show that, okay, you are professional. Okay, you actually ask questions. I said, okay, you have money. Okay, let me help you move it. Like, you want to show the client that you actually care, and you wanted to understand so that you can help them identify the product that be a best fit for them. So this will help you accomplish that. Okay. Here, all right. So these are the steps for you if you wanted to start, getting into a new annuity business. So first, right, you wanted to bring everything together. You want to discover the opportunity by identify the financial resources and understand the purpose of the client money. That's very important, right? So make sure you download the fact finders to help you go through the question that you need to ask the client. And once you have the information, okay, we have a very good team that's supporting us. It's Annuity. We have Jay Dunlap, which is the director of Annuity. Okay, we just had a training. He just did a training for us live here in Houston. Okay, and also other energy associate that available to help you. So if you have the information and you not sure what to do with it, or what to do next, or what to recommend to client, make sure you contact their sales team. Okay, they will help you go through that. And no one is perfect. No one able to learn and know everything, in the beginning. So, but if you have a case and you go through it, that will help you practice and learn for the future, right? And it can be overwhelming. Okay, but NLG also hosting a lot of training throughout the month, that you can register and attend. Okay, if you're new, it's very important for you to get on this training, regularly, so you get a hold of it. But learning is one thing, but also applying is another thing, right? Applying is when you actually learn a real case. So how you learn a real case, you need to have clients. You need to have a real scenario for you to learn, right? So learn, but also apply. Okay. there is support from the back home office as well. Okay, if you ever need help. But you know, I learned through you calling Annuity directly or email them if you have a case scenario that you need help with. Okay, they are there to help you. All right. So that is, and also if you are wanting to write annuity business, one important thing, okay, you need to get the annuity requirement required training done, okay, for you to able to submit any business. If you don't know what requirement you need, okay, you can call contracting, energy contracting, and they will tell you exactly what you need for your annuity.
Recording stopped.
All right. So that's all I have for tonight. I'm right on time. All right. Thank you everyone for getting on. And I'll see you on next Monday for Victory Monthly call. All right. Thank you everyone. Have a good night.